welcome to Airtricity League TV. I'm Nicola McGeady and I'm joined by Leon Blanche to preview this weekend's Airtricity League of Ireland fixtures. The first game of the week sees Sporting Fingal travel to Richmond Park to take on St. Pat's. St. Pat's are at the top of the table with Buzz and they've had a great start to the season. Sporting Fingal also had a fairly decent start to the season, but do you think St. Pat's, now that they're flying high, can win this game at home?
Yeah, they are doing really well, Nicola. You're right there. They've had 3 wins and a very good point away against a good Dundalk side under Ian Foster, it has to be said. Fingal had a slow start to the season, but they've won back-to-back games. And more importantly, Gary O'Neill is top scorer in the league with 4 goals. I think if they can keep him fit for the entire season, himself and Glenn Crowe will score plenty because they are 2 proven goal scorers. Pats are 11-10 favourites, 21-10 the draw, or 11-5 Sporting Fingal. I actually think there might be an upset here. I'm going to go for a bit of value. Okay. I was going to go for the draw, but I'm not. I'm going to just go with Sporting Fingal. Dundalk created enough chances against St. Pat's to score. I think Fingal will score against the home side. There'll be no pressure on Fingal. All the pressure will be on Pats. So for me, Gary O'Neill to score first and Sporting Fingal to win the game at 11-5.
Okay, well, Dundalk seem to have turned things around now with Ian Foster. They've exceeded expectations so far and they're yet to be beaten. They're playing away now to Galway. Galway are struggling to pick up the points. Is this a cert for the Lily Whites?
Well, there's never a cert, but yeah, you are right. Dundalk are going to be clear favourites at 5-4. Galway 15-8 and the draw here at 21-10. Galway have lost 3 out of their first 4 league games. Of course, this is Sean Connor facing his former side Dundalk. It's on Good Friday. I'm expecting there'll be plenty of Dundalk fans going down to watch the game. And you're right, Ian Foster has done a really good job. I went up and watched the St. Patrick's Athletic Dundalk game and there was great football from both sides, which is great to see in the Airtricity League. The standard has really improved. I'm going to go with Dundalk, at 5-4. I know I'm after tipping up 2 away teams in the first 2 games, which is risky, but I do think Dundalk are a quality side with Fenn up front, with young Miller in the middle of the park, and their goalkeeper had an absolute blinder against Pats. His name has just escaped me right now, but if he keeps up that form, I think Dundalk are going to have a really good season.
Okay, and can you see many goals in that game?
I think there will be a couple of goals because Sean Connor, he does like to attack. Miller is not afraid in terms of getting the ball down. I know that young TJ Mulvena is injured at the moment for Dundalk. I'm sure they'd like to have him back in the squad as well. He probably won't make this game, but I think there will be a couple of goals in the game,
Okay, well, Shamrock Rovers are second favourite to win the title. They're up against UCD, who've actually had a better start to the season. However, with Rovers getting their first win last week, that's probably going to boost their confidence and maybe the start of a winning streak. Yeah,
it definitely will. I agree with you there. It was a good win. Just to get that first win under the belt is vitally important after 4 games. They're clear favourites here at 13-8 on, 4-1 UCD, 12-5 the draw. UCD are a bit of a stop-start side. They've won 2, lost 2. Rovers have got their first win under their belt. They're back at home in Tala, where the home fans are very expectant now after last season, and sometimes that can go against you. When you've had a brilliant season last, your fans are expecting you to do the same and if not, get better. Now, the only team that beat them last year to the title was Bows, so Rovers fans are expecting another big run. 13-8 on. I think this is going to be the home banker in the Airtricity League this weekend.
Okay, now just moving on to Division 1, the one game I want to talk about is Waterford United, who seem to be running away with it so far. They're against Merview United. Have they any chance?
Well, this is a home banker in the first division. There's no doubt about it. Like, Waterford are going to go very, very close in terms of winning the first division. They're the current 7-4 favourites to do so. The couple of sides who, of course, were demoted from the top division, Derry, second favourites at 11-5. Then we've got Shelbourne at 9-2 and Cork at 7-1.
Cork are outsiders.
They are outsiders.
Well,
they've lost a lot of their players, haven't they? They don't have a big budget. I think Waterford are going to win the first division. I'd be fairly confident. I think this is going to be 5 wins from 5 against Merview. 7-4 won't be available after this weekend's games. So if you fancy Waterford, I would suggest you get on and back them right now.
And finally, Drogheda are playing at home to Sligo Rovers. Now, Drogheda are yet to win a game this season. I think if they're to get some points, it'll be at home to Sligo Rovers. Are they going to do it?
Yeah, I don't think so because they've no wins in 4, as you rightly said. They're 11-5 at home, which some people would say is a great bet. 11-10 Sligo, 21-10 the draw. Sligo have, for me, signed one of the best players in the League of Ireland, who's Joseph Ndo, who was a free transfer from Bohemians. I think this guy is super talented. A great pickup by Paul Cook down in Sligo, and I think Sligo can go away here and beat Drogheda. They got a brilliant point away from home against Bohemians in their last game. Sligo did. Okay, their goalkeeper was man of the match, but they still went there and kept a clean sheet against the champions. I think they can keep a clean sheet against Drogheda, and they will beat them. So, funny enough, I'm going for 3 away wins in the Airtricity Premier Division this week, but I would take Sligo at 11-10.
Okay, thanks, Liam. Let's look at the outright market. Last year it was like a kind of 2-horse race between Rovers and Bows.
Yeah.
This year, are Dundalk in with a good shot?
Yeah, I think Dundalk, I think Sporting Fingal, I think St Patrick's Athletic, all of these sides have got better in the off-season, and Bohemians and Rovers have probably stayed at the same level. So they're getting closer. Bows are the favourites, 3-4. No value there for me whatsoever. Rovers at 4-1. Sporting Fingal, to me, are the side who could really go on a serious run. They've spent heavy in the off-season investing in good players. And Dundalk, if you fancy them, at 20-1.
That's value.
It is value. It's a 50 the odds the first couple of places. So I think if Dundalk players in, they could have a serious run. They've got great support. They normally get 2,000, 2,500 at home matches. They bring a lot away. But I think between Dundalk and Fingal, there could be an upset in the Airtricity Premier Division this year.
Okay, well at the moment the contest seems wide open, but I'm sure that will change after this week's games.